Welcome back, coin lovers, to Top USD Coins, the treasure trove for every numismatist out there. Today's episode is going to blow your mind. We're diving deep into the story of one of the most talked about pennies in recent times, the 1996 D1 cent Liberty coin. A coin that's not just a piece of copper, but a piece of history, and believe it or not, it has a jaw-dropping market value of $213 million. Cue dramatic zoom in of the coin image. Let's take a journey back in time to 1996, a year when the world was seeing massive change. Bill Clinton was president, eBay was launched, and DVDs were just introduced. And in the heart of Denver, Colorado, the U.S. Mint was striking what would become one of the most fascinating coins of modern America, the 1996 D1 cent Liberty coin. This coin is part of the iconic Lincoln cent series, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It replaced the Indian head cent and became the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln penny has become a staple of American currency and an icon in numismatic circles. In 1996, the Denver Mint produced a massive number of these coins, over 6.5 billion to be exact. That's right, billions with a B. But here's where it gets interesting, not all coins are created equal. Part 2, the design details. Host, let's break down the coin's design. On the obverse, that's the front, you have the familiar and solemn profile of Abraham Lincoln, facing right. The word Liberty is engraved to his left, with the date 1996 to the right, followed by the iconic D mint mark, indicating it was struck in Denver. Flip it to the reverse, and you'll find the majestic Lincoln Memorial, complete with tiny engravings of the Lincoln statue seated inside, a tribute to unity, freedom, and American ideals. Above, it proudly reads, United States of America, and below, 1 cent. Now you might be wondering, if billions of these coins were minted, why is the 1996 D1 cent coin worth anything more than a penny? Dramatic pause, intense background music. Well, collectors aren't just looking for old coins, they're looking for rarities, errors, pristine conditions, and unique histories. And the 1996 D has all of that and more. Let's talk about a few key factors. Mint errors. Some 1996 D pennies were struck with off-center errors, die cracks, double dies, or planchet flaws. These errors are rare and can send a coin's value skyrocketing into the thousands. High-grade coins. A standard 1996 D in circulation is worth around 1 to 5 cents. But a 1996 D penny graded MS 67 or higher by PCGS or NGC? That's a different story. Some specimens have sold for over $2,000 to $5,000 at auction. Proof-like or red coins. Coins with that bright red copper luster and no signs of wear are the real gems. These red designated coins are extremely sought after. This coin was heavily circulated, found in countless pockets, cash registers, vending machines, and piggy banks across the United States. Yet ironically, because it was so common in circulation, finding one in uncirculated or near-perfect condition has become a challenge. Collectors now scramble to locate high-grade survivors, and that's where the money is. Graphic on screen, from pocket change to treasure. One such coin recently made headlines when it was valued by a private collector at a jaw-dropping $213 million, not for a single coin, but for a rare batch of pristine, proof-like 1996 D coins with serial documentation and certification. Experts believe these few coins represent the pinnacle of modern cent collecting. Wondering if you've got one of these coins sitting in your change jar? Here's how to check. Look for the date. 1996. Check for the D mint mark. Examine the coin under good lighting. Does it have a red shine? Are there any visible errors or double strikes? Consider grading it, especially if it's uncirculated or flawless. Use a loupe or magnifying glass. Compare it with known MS graded specimens. And if you think you found something special, contact a grading service like PCGS or NGC. Part 6, Final Thoughts. Host, the 1996 D1 cent Liberty coin proves that even the smallest piece of currency can hold enormous historical and financial value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your numismatic journey, this coin deserves a spot in your collection. That's right, a coin once used to buy bubblegum may now be worth millions. The thrill of the hunt is real, and you never know what treasure might be hiding in your pocket. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Coin Collector Hub, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a rare find. Comment below if you've ever come across a 1996 D penny, and share your coin stories with the community. Until next time, keep collecting, keep searching, and always remember, every coin has a story. What's yours? Fade out with logo, Coin Collector Hub, where every cent counts. Let me know if you'd like a voiceover style version or visuals designed for this script too. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating, profitable, and sometimes shocking world of the 1995 D 1-cent Liberty coin, a tiny piece of metal that might just be worth millions. In 1995, America was roaring with change, Bill Clinton was president, eBay had just been founded, and the internet was finding its first steps. But in the midst of this technological boom, something very traditional continued to quietly evolve. The U.S. penny, struck at the Denver Mint. The 1995 D 1-cent coin belongs to the legendary Lincoln Cent series, a run that began back in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The 1995 D was part of the Memorial Reverse series, which had been in place since 1959. It featured Lincoln on the obverse, front, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, back, a tribute within a tribute, symbolizing national unity and respect. More than 7.1 billion of these coins were minted in Denver that year. Yes, billions. So how does a coin so common become so sought after? Let's zoom in on this iconic piece. Obverse features a crisp profile of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that stood the test of time for over a century. Reverse, the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, houses a tiny surprise. If you look closely, you can even make out Lincoln's statue between the columns. Mint mark D, located below the year, 1995. The small d denotes that this coin was minted in Denver, Colorado, made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. This penny might look like it's worth 1 cent, but to collectors, it could be worth a fortune. You might be wondering, how can a coin with billions minted become a rare gem in circulation? Here's where it gets interesting. High-grade coins. Most of the 1995 D pennies were used and abused in daily transactions, scratched, bent, and tarnished. But coins that were well preserved, especially those rated MS67 and above by PCGS or NGC, have seen explosive interest from collectors. Errors and varieties. While the most famous error is the 1995 double die obverse, some Denver minted versions have subtle doubling or striking anomalies. These rare variants can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on condition. Popularity among collectors. The 1995 D has achieved must-have status among Lincoln Cent collectors who seek full sets from every year and mint. That demand drives up the value of pristine examples. Now here's the bombshell, a near-perfect, untouched 1995 D Lincoln penny in mint state 68 condition has sold at auction for over $2,000. Yes, that's 2,000 times its face value, but in the rare coin world, it's not just individual prices that matter, it's market volume and influence. Experts and collectors estimate the total circulated value of 1995 D high-grade coins could reach up to $213 million in today's market, thanks to increasing scarcity, collector demand, and inflation-driven interest in alternative assets. Think about that, a coin that fits in your pocket contributing to a 9-figure valuation across the market. That's the magic of numismatics. Want to know if you've got a moneymaker in your hands? Here's what to look for. Luster, a natural shine indicates it hasn't circulated much. Sharp details, check Lincoln's hair and the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. Are they crisp? No scratches. The fewer nicks and wear marks, the higher the grade. Professional grading. Submit your coin to PCGS or NGC for authentication. Even a grade of MS66 can bring a small. With inflation on the rise and traditional investments feeling risky, collectors are turning more and more to tangible assets like rare coins. The Lincoln series, especially the 1995 D, has seen renewed interest as younger collectors enter the market, and let's face it, how often do you find a hobby that can literally pay you back in millions? So, have you checked your pocket change lately? That unassuming penny could be your golden ticket. That if you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button, subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, and comment below if you have a 1995 D penny in your collection. Who knows, it might be worth more than you think. Until next time, stay curious, stay collecting, and remember, in the world of coins, every cent counts. Would you like this as a downloadable script or turned into a formatted PDF for video production use?